What's up, internet? So in a previous video, the DJI Osmo Action 3 review video, I promised I would reveal the details of my audio setup and how I've got my mic wired up and how I'm getting audio into the DJI, because it's fairly substantial and complex, and I wanted the review video to be just about the camera, and I didn't want to get into all of the messy details that we're going to get into in this video. So there's going to be kind of two pieces to this. There's hardware, and then there's some software. And the software is really the secret sauce to this. The hardware is pretty simple. So first of all, you need a Sena that has a headphone jack. And I'm going to say specifically Sena because I have not tried this with any other comms device. And so I don't know how it's going to work. So stick with me. Let's just go through how I've got it set up with the Sena. But the hell is that? It's a reminder for me to release my Sunday evening video, which I've already got scheduled. So that should be releasing now. Okay. So my Sena, I think this is a 10S. It has a 3.5mm headphone jack. So if you don't have a comms device or a comms device with a 3.5mm headphone jack, you probably want to stop watching the video now. But if you're in the market for a Sena, get one that has a 3.5mm headphone jack. The second piece to this equation, at least the hardware equation, is a splitter. Oh, the light looks horrible. On one end, you have the male 3.5mm headphone jack. On the other end, you have two female ends that you can plug other things into. So the splitter comes out of the Sena, and on one of the female ends, I have the headphones inside my helmet plugged in. On the second one, I have a extension cable. So here's your splitter coming into the helmet, an extension cable plugged into one of the splitter ends, and that's coming out and it's plugging into a Boya cable, which is essentially one end type C, and then the other end is a female, I believe, 3.5mm jack. So splitter out of the Sena into the headphones in the helmet, and this 3.5mm extension cable, which plugs into the Boya type C cable, which plugs into the camera. That's the physical connection to get audio out of the Sena into the DJI Osmo Action 3. All right, so here comes the software piece of this, because simply plugging the splitter and making this whole connection from the camera to the Sena does not automatically give you your mic input. Essentially, by doing nothing else, all you're going to capture in the camera is music or half of a conversation. If you took a phone call on your Sena or you were intercommed with another rider, you would hear the other end of those conversations, right? You would hear the other rider, or you would hear the other person on the other end of the phone call. And you would hear music. If I were playing music from my phone through the Bluetooth connection to my Sena, you would hear that on the camera as well. But you wouldn't hear me, because the Sena does not by default route any of the mic input back out through the 3.5mm headphone jack. All right, so in order to get your mic input routed back through the external headphone jack so that you can capture that audio into the camera, you're going to need the Sena app. And you know, if you have a Sena, you should probably already have the app. I mean, that's how you can do firmware updates and change configuration and whatnot. So we're going to enable a feature called side tone. So let me turn my Sena on.
Hello.
Hello. And there are two Sena apps, at least in the Android store. One is an older version, and then there's newer version. You can use either one. They both work. I've done this with both of them. I'm going to take screenshots while I'm doing this on the phone, and I'll overlay those in this video. So with the app, I'm going to, I need to turn on Bluetooth. My phone is not, Bluetooth is not turned on, so I'm turning that on now. So make sure you turn Bluetooth on, because that's how you connect to your Sena. And then once you're paired, phone connected. And then the Sena app is going to connect. There's another app that supports this device. Download the app. So I launched the old app and it's telling me that, hey, dummy, there's a newer app available. Go get that app. So now I'm just going to close that because I already have the app. And I'm going to go ahead and exit the old app. And now I'm going to launch the new app. And I'm already Bluetooth paired with the Sena. Do you need help? Let's get your device connected. No, I'm Bluetooth paired. Why can't you figure this out? Bluetooth setting. Yeah, I'm on. Let's do this. Okay, it's figuring it out. It took a second. And so now the app is displaying my device. And you're going to go to, I'm going to take a screenshot of this. And then you're going to go to settings, which is a little cogwheel in the upper right-hand corner. All right, go to settings. Then you get another screen. And you pick device settings. All right, and you're gonna scroll down. There's this feature called side tone. And you'll see from the screenshot, mine is enabled. And you're gonna wanna enable that. And if you click the info, and I'm gonna take another screenshot, you'll see that basically what it says is when this feature is enabled, you can hear what you are saying through the headset during an intercom conversation or a phone call. Now that's key. That's a key little detail. So what that means is with this feature on, just like it describes, anytime I talk, if I'm in an intercom session with another rider or I'm on a phone call, I will actually hear myself. It's going to route the mic input back out through the headset. So I'll be able to hear myself talking. Now that might sound like it's super annoying, but it's actually not that bad at all. The other feature I would recommend that you're turning on is high definition voice and high definition intercom. Those settings are above. I would enable those because the quality of the audio going into the camera, for me, I think is much improved. And you know what, I think I still have the clip. If I still have the clip, I'm gonna put the without high definition turned on, and I'm gonna put that clip in right now, so check that out. Listen to it very carefully. Sounds kind of like a walkie-talkie, if you will.
Okay, now we're moving at 45 miles per hour.
All right, and then here's a clip with high definition turned on.
I hope this is the ticket. I hope I can be done with all this testing.
I think the difference in the audio is substantially obvious, if that's a phrase. Okay, so we've turned side tone on, and we've turned HD voice and HD intercom on. Now, what do you do about the fact that I may be riding by myself and I have no intercom enabled with another rider? I'm not talking on the phone with somebody else. So how do you motovlog, even though you've got this side tone feature turned on? All right, so here's the second piece of the secret sauce. You need a way to trick the Sena into thinking it's in a phone call. And so what I've done is I've set up my own Discord server, which sounds like a big thing. It's actually not that hard. It's pretty easy. There's tons of videos of people walking you through how to set up a Discord server. The name with the word server in it, if any of you have any kind of IT experience, that can be, I don't want to say a daunting task, but it can be an involved task. You're not really setting up a server. It's more like you're setting up your own space on Discord to have like chat channels and voice channels. It actually is really, really simple. And like I said, tons of video on the internet. So don't be discouraged by the fact of, what? I got to set up a Discord server? It's easy. It really is. But what I do is, and I'm going to take a screenshot, I connect to my voice channel. No one's here yet. No shit, I don't care. That's the point. I connect to my voice channel and I join muted because I don't want to run up a bunch of data service. It's okay. So I join muted. You've got two microphone icons here. One that actually says join muted. So if somebody else jumped into the voice channel, you wouldn't hear anything I was saying. I do that mostly because, not that if I care about that, I'll just make a private voice channel nobody else has permissions to. But the main reason I do that is so that I'm not transmitting voice over IP packets between my phone and Discord, right? So I'm saving on data. So for me, when I figured out that I could do it this way, the first two questions I had was, how much data am I using on my plan? I mean, I might be out riding somewhere. I'm not on a Wi-Fi network. I'm out on some highway up in the mountains or around town or something, right? So I'm using the data on my phone. So I don't want to run up a big data service bill. And then two, connections. What if I'm out in the boonies and I don't have any really good cell coverage? I'm not gonna be able to do this, right? Well, I can't do anything about the last part. If you are in an area that doesn't have good cell coverage and you can't make a connection to your Discord server, this isn't gonna work. That's just the way it is. Having said that, up in the mountains here, I've only ran into one small little area where I lost my connection. I was in a valley, and it was only for a minute, maybe tops, and you can hear the phone drop off its connection. But what's nice about the Discord app is it immediately reconnects as soon as it detects service. So it drops off for 30 seconds, a minute, and then it picked up the phone call back up again, and I was good to go. So I mean, that is one flaw with this system. But by joining muted, you're not running up a bunch of data because you're not transmitting voice over IP packets for every word that comes out of your mouth. It's not transmitting anything. And to maintain that session between you and the Discord server doesn't take a lot of traffic. So you don't have to worry about running up data services on your phone. But what this does do is it tricks Asina into thinking that it's in a phone call. And technically it is a voice over IP phone call, but it doesn't matter. It tricks the Asina into thinking it's in a phone call, which enables the side tone. So now with this connection to my Discord channel, I can hear everything I'm saying with the mic by myself. So I don't need to be paired intercom with somebody else. I don't need somebody to call me and keep the hook on so that I can motovlog or anything crazy like that. So every time I get on my bike and I go for a ride, I just fire up my Bluetooth connection to my Asina, which I do anyway. The only thing that's really extra and different that I do now is I fire up the Discord app and I connect to my voice channel and I just leave it on. And I join muted so I don't transmit a bunch of data. One thing that I like about this setup is that it's all self-contained. I love the fact that I don't have any external pieces and parts. It's all just on my helmet. I pick my helmet up, put my helmet on, press a couple buttons, launch Discord, and away I go, and that's how I do it. I think I'm done. So you guys know what to do. Keep the rubber side down. We'll see you in the next video. Bye.